ringing, but you don't want to answer. You get the text messages, you read them, but you purposely don't text back. People knocking at the door, but you purposely cut the TV down and you be quiet, because sometimes, just to be honest, we just don't want to be bothered. But if I could, just for a moment on tonight, let's break down this bitterness, this word bitterness. What is going on when you become bitter? See, when you become bitter, you start to find, or you start to act out in ways you shouldn't, because you're bitter, because you wanted to have a pity party. You wanted to not allow you to learn what it is that you went through, so you decided, I'm going to be bitter. I'm going to be bitter. So as we look at the word bitterness, we look at it and we start to see, and we start to break the word down. Different things start to happen when you're bitter. You start to lose sleep. You start to act different. You don't act like yourself. You don't act like who you usually act like when you're happy and when you're not going through nothing. But we all know that everything happens for a reason. But we allow the devil, we allow ourselves just to, you know what, I'm going to have my pity party and be okay with it. So when we look at the bitterness, when we look at it, it's always something broken. It's always something that hasn't been resolved. We haven't fixed the situation, so we're still broken in it. Just real quickly, at my house, we just moved in, and my wife kept saying that there was some leaking going on under the sink. It was a pipe that was loose under our sink. And we was at fear of our bottom of our sink. If you all know anything about houses, how it can start to rot and mildew and start to lean the wood and things of that nature. So I decided to put on my plumber's hat, and I'm going to get under the sink, and I'm going to try to figure out what's going on, because I don't want my wood at the bottom of the sink to leak, to get any mildew in it, to get to broken. And while I was down there trying to fix what it was that was broken, I had a conversation with my woodwork down there. And he asked me, he said, why are you so worried about fixing me when I'm not the reason it's messed up? I'm not the reason I'm going to mildew. I'm not the reason I'm going to rot. I'm not the reason that you're afraid. The reason that you're afraid is not because of me, but what's above me, which is the pipe that's leaking down on me. The more the water and the moisture start to leak down on me, that's what's going to weaken me. That's what's going to make the mildew. That's what's going to make the rot. See, sometimes it's not us, but it's the people that we have around us leaking on us that makes us broken, that makes us want to mildew, that makes us want to stink. It makes us, see, sometimes you got to look at your circle. You want to wonder why your marriage is the way it is. It's because what's leaking on your marriage? Your children is acting a fool. What's leaking on the children? Anytime you got something broken that you're not trying to fix, that's going to make some damage somewhere down there. But you got to go to the issue and fix the issue, not worrying about what the issue is or who the issue is. But if you want to fix the brokenness, you got to first go to what's broken. You got to first go to what's broken. So as we see that what could be broken and what could be fixed, sometimes, as it is with people, we just don't want to deal with it. We say, you know what, I can't handle it right now. I can't deal with it right now. Let's wait a few before we talk about it. I just can't handle your brokenness. I can't handle my brokenness. If we can be honest, some of us, when we get upset, we just can't talk no more. We got to take a breath. We got to take a few minutes and walk away, and then get just our minds together, collect ourselves so we can come back, whatever the issue was. See, this is what Naomi failed to do, because Naomi started blaming God, saying he was the one that made all this calamity. He's the one that made me be bitter. That's why she said, don't call me Naomi again. Naomi means something nice, something good, but she wanted to be called Mara, which in the Greek means to be bitter. Call me bitter. So now you acknowledge that you're bitter, but now you want everyone else to call you bitter. See, that's the problem sometimes. We try to find people to blame when you're bitter, when you never want to look at yourself and say, maybe it's just me. It's quiet on this side, so let me come over here. Sometimes when we're broken, it's not because someone broke us, but because we broke ourselves. It's quiet. See, and then when you are broken, you break other things because you're mad. You have a temper tantrum. Now that you're broken, you say, you know what? I don't want to see nothing that's upright in front of me. I want everything to be broken. I know before I came to God and everything was clear, if I got mad, I wanted everyone around me to feel my wrath. I wanted to break something. I wanted to hit a wall. I just wanted to destroy something. But when you come to Christ, he says, I can't leave you broken. I can't leave you in that situation that you're in the way you are, because I can't handle. I want you to be whole. I know the prophet, the preacher told us a few weeks ago, he masters in broken things. That's why when you come to him already broken, he can put you back together again. But then he put you back together better than you was before you was broken. See, that's what Naomi didn't realize. But see, in the text, Naomi didn't realize that she helped herself in the text. I promise I'm not going to be before you long, because I got a text earlier that I didn't know, so I got to get myself ready. But I promise you that Naomi helped herself in the text. You said, preacher, how she helped herself in the text? So she said, I went away full, but the Lord brought me back. You got to stop right there. How can you can't say the Lord did this, but then the Lord brought you back. See, that's what the God can do anything but fail. So if he had you broken, he is the one that can bring you back. If he is the one that had you empty at work, yes, you mad. You said you never smoked a cigarette, but you felt the mass on your lung and you feeling bitter about it. You want to know why your children are the one acting up, but you keep instilling in them, you keep trying to teach them that the ways of the Lord is true, but you still trying to figure out why, after all the hard work that you put in at work, they let you go. But there's other people that don't do half of what you do, still got their job. You trying to still figure out, why did he do it to me? Why can't I have what it is that I need to have? Why can't I just have a moment of solitude where I can just sit in the calm? Why can't I just have this? But see, the reason you can't have it is because he's disturbing you, getting ready to take you to the next place. Yes, he's broken you. Yes, Naomi lost her husband and her 2 sons, but if she would never had lost her husbands and her 2 sons, Ruth would have never found Boaz, because she had to go with Naomi to find Boaz. See, this is all put together for some reason. You go through what you go through for a certain reason. You go through what you're going through. Sometimes it's not for you that you're going through, but it's for the people around you that you're going through what you're going through. Sometimes it's because the only time people will see God is the God they see in you. So that's how you live your life, is even though I'm broken, I still got to rejoice and praise God. Even though I feel that everything is against me, I still got to bless him. Yes, I feel my back's up against the wall, but I shall bless the Lord at all times, and his praises shall continually be in my mouth. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, still rejoice. Man, Paul was telling me, it doesn't matter what you're going through, still rejoice in God. It doesn't matter, they crucify and they killing you, you're becoming martyrs for his name, but still rejoice, because if you don't rejoice, if you don't become the martyr, he has a place he's already prepared for you. He said it's already there. I go and prepare a place. Yes, I got my name in the book, so I got to rejoice. Yes, I might be broke, but I'm still going to rejoice. Yes, my wife may walk out on me, but I still got to rejoice. Yes, my kids may be acting crazy, but I still got to rejoice. I don't know about you, but I dare somebody to say, you know what, preacher, I got to rejoice too, because I wouldn't have made it this far if I didn't rejoice and praise God. I wouldn't be where I'm sitting today if I didn't rejoice and praise him. God has been too good for me just to sit here like a pump on the log with my arms crossed. God's been too good for me not to bless him. Yeah, when I think about what he's brought me from, all the hell, all the people that said you ain't gonna make it, all the people that said you're gonna die in your mess, all the people that said you won't amount to anything, I'm glad that you did, because you gave me fuel to my fire, to make it to where I know I need to go, to make it to my next, my destiny. destiny to make it to my next level. Yes, I got anointing, but all the hell I went through to get that anointing. Some people are walking around jealous of other people because the mantle and the anointing is on their life. But I dare to ask you this question. Do you want to walk in a person's shoes in that they got that anointing? Go through what they went through to get that anointing? I don't think so. There's some people, truth be told, there's some people that have went through less than you and worse off than what you went through. Yeah, some of y'all went through depression. Some of y'all went through suicidal thoughts. But guess what? You're still here. Guess what? God brought you here. Guess what? You didn't give up. You kept going and said, I got to press towards this mark. I got to see what this thing's about called Jesus. I got to finish my race. I got to finish. I got to get rid of this bitterness. See, some of us church folk like to come to church with those masks on. They got the beautiful smile with no marks on their face. Got the foundation. I don't know too much about makeup, but got the lipstick, the foundation, the mascara. Looking beautiful. But if you remove the mask, you start to see the scars. You start to see the wounds. You start to see what you've been through. And I want to tell you right now, don't be ashamed of your scars. Don't be ashamed of what you went through, because God is what brought you out of that. God brought you out of those scars. Yeah, I got a scar right here because someone stabbed me in the back. Yeah, but I'm still here. Yes, I got a scar because I told somebody too much information, but I'm still here. Yeah, I almost gave up, but I'm still here. I'm going to deal with this bitterness. I'm going to get real deliverance and not just shout over my mess and not just shout over what I'm going through, but I'm going to take the time and allow God to work on me, allow God to take things out, allow God to reconstruct my mind, reconstruct my spirit, reconstruct my thoughts, reconstruct how I talk to people, reconstruct how I treat people, reconstruct how I handle people. I won't break nobody else because I'm not supposed to be breaking you, but I bring you to somebody that said he's the potter and we're the clay. I can bring you to somebody that can fix you when no one else can. I can take you to the doctor that's never lost a patient. I can take you to the Messiah. I can take you to the King of Kings. I can take you to the Lord of Lords. Yes, I can take you because I've been there. And let me tell you my testimony, because the word of my testimony will help us overcome whatever it is that we're going through. See, that's why the church is too quiet, because our testimony is what's going to show people, yes, I've been through it. You can come out of it. You can't be ashamed of your testimony, because without your testimony, without you having that baby, without you doing those drugs, without you laying in that bed, without you being sick, without you messing up, no one would know how good he is. Don't sit there. You've been right all these years. It's only the grace of God. You're still sitting here. It's only the grace of God that you're here today. I dare you open up your mouth and begin to bless it. My bitterness is not going to define me. My bitterness is not going to hold me captive anymore. My bitterness, and it might not be bitterness for you out there. It might be fornication, but it's not going to hold me no more. It might be lying, but it's not going to hold me no more. It might be stealing, but it's not going to hold me no more. It might be anything, but it's not going to hold me no more. And since I know it's not going to hold me, since I know I still got the victory, since I know all things work together for the good of them that love Christ Jesus, I will bless the Lord. I will praise the Lord. I'm going to open my mouth. I'm going to glorify Him. Church, ain't He good? Church, ain't He well? God has been too good. Won't He do it? Won't He do it? Won't he fight your battles? Won't he make your enemies your footstool? Won't he do it? I dare you, bless the Lord. Yes, he'll do it. Yes, he'll do it. Yes, he'll do it. Yes, he's doing it. Whatever it is. Yes, he'll do it. I'm a testimony. Yes, he's doing it. He did it for me. And because he did it for me, he'll do it for you. Because he did it for me, he'll do it for the next. My Bible tells me he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So what he did last week, he can do today. What he did last year, he can do today. He's a God always moving. He's a God always saving. He's a God always healing. Yes, I bless the Lord. Hallelujah, won't he do it? Won't he do it? He said he'll fight your battles, but you got to allow him to fight your battles. See, the problem is sometimes we try to get in the way and try to fight our own battles. We get in the way and try to fight our own battles, only messing it up worse than if we just let God handle it. Think about Daniel. If when they said, we're going to put you in the lion's den, that he tried to run off. Think about the 3 Hebrew boys. We're going to put you in the fiery furnace, but they tried to run. I can only imagine they was already sentenced to death, that if they tried to run, they would have been killed anyway. But the good news is, they said, even if he don't, he's still good. Even if he don't deliver me, he's still good. The good news is, I want everyone to know, under the sound of my voice on tonight, is that whatever it is that you're dealing with, he can still heal. He can still deliver. He can still set free. There's nothing that you're in he can't take you out of. I'm tired of my bitterness. Naomi said, it was you, Lord, that did this to me. But again, if the Lord had never done that to Naomi, Ruth, who was an innocent bystander, who said, I'm still going to follow you, Naomi, would have never found Boaz, would have never found her good thing. He would have never found his good thing. But you have to stay in a trust relationship with God. Even though I don't understand it, I still trust you. Hallelujah. Even though I don't know how you're going to do it, I still trust you. Even though I want to figure it out. I want to know how you're strategically fixing and doing these things. I want to know, but I still trust you. Isn't it funny that we have trust issues with God, but every time we go to our car and we turn the key, we trust that it's going to start every time? Isn't it funny that we have trust issues with God because we don't know how he does things, but some of us don't even know how a laptop really works, because sometimes dealing with a laptop, only the engineer knows how it truly works and the functions, but yet we still use the full benefit of the laptop. Do you know how much more benefit that you have with God? God gave the engineer the mind to make the laptop. He gave the engineer, the mechanic, the mindset to make and fix the car when it does mess up. So why just not bypass the third party and go straight to the source? Sometimes we get so connected with everything else. We got social media. We got so many things that we got to follow these trends. We got to do all these other things that we get disconnected from God. We get disconnected from God. When he's our power source, he gives us what we need. He's everything to us, but we get disconnected. How long will your phone last at 1% and you don't connect it to its power source? How long will that laptop work if you don't connect it and charge it every now and then? How much more should we stay connected? How much more should we pray? How much more should we fast? How much more should we seek his face? Knowing what we're dealing with. When you have a relationship with God, I'll say it like this. There's things that I go through that my wife knows I'm going through it, and I haven't even opened my mouth and said anything. Right. And that's just my wife. And she knows about 90% of it. But how much more does God already know what you're dealing with? And he knows you because he created you. He's the one that constructed us. He constructed our being. He constructed everything that it is us. So he already knows what you're dealing with. So you can't put that mask on for him. There's no point of coming to church with the mask on, doing your shout, doing your two-step, and then going back home to the same hell that you've been dealing with. All you got to do is believe God and come down to his altar and lift up your hands and just surrender. Amen. Listen, I know it's Friday night. I know we like to bump here. I promise you Sunday, I'll ask the Lord to give me a bumping message. But tonight, sometimes we got to deal with certain things. Sometimes we got to sit and understand and examine ourselves and say, you know what? I am dealing with something extra. I got extra baggage. I got extra things that I'm dealing with. But I need to get these things off of me. Because where I'm going in my next level, I can't take these extra baggage. I don't need all this extra weight on me. I got to get it off because I'm going to my next level. And in my next level, I'm not going to allow devils of the past to hinder me to what God has for me in the future. I can't allow to let these devils pull me back to what I used to be. I'm not the same person that you used to see. I'm not still on that corner, still slinging around. I'm not still out there drinking. I'm not still out there smoking. I'm not still that same person. But I'm a new creature because I gave my life over to God. I'm a new creature because he said, all I got to do is come unto him all day a labor and a heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So if you're tired of what you're dealing with, I dare you to come over and bring it to him. If you're tired of going through what you're going through, I dare you to come and bring it to him. If you're tired of leaning on everybody else and everybody else failing you, I dare you to lean on God. I dare you open up your mouth and say, God, I'm tired, but I know in you I can get my rest. I know in you that all things are possible. That I know in you that I can do all things. All I got to do is ask and knock, and knocking the door shall be open. All I got to do is call your name, and the demons start to tremble. I know that you can make every crooked way straight. I know that if I give it all to you, I can do it. Come on, put your hands together and go ahead and give him a praise. Come on, go ahead and give him a praise. I know it's not a lot of people here on the night, but it don't matter because it's a one-on-one relationship that you have. Come on, open up your mouth and begin to bless it. Yes, we're 9 days in our consecration. I dare you go on and bless it for the next few days. I dare you go on and praise it for him getting you through the fast. I dare you go on and bless it